Hey everybody, welcome back to Mrclixso's YouTube channel. Well, this is the premiere episode of Heroclix Center Stage. Yes, today I'm going to be talking about the power plant, so let's go. Alright guys, welcome back. Welcome to, again, my premiere episode of Heroclix Center Stage. That is right, to my right over there, or my left, your right, is the power plant. So I'm going to be featuring the power plant today. So each of my episodes, either I'm going to be talking about a figure, talking about a team, or even talking about a resource. So on today's, because everyone's talking about Bronze Age and Silver Age, so definitely. So when I actually looked at this piece, this was one of the premier resources there was. I love this resource. It's amazing. So before I actually get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button if you guys like my video today. Smash that subscribe button if you guys like my channel and you guys like my content. You guys like me. I'm just kidding. But yes, and always hit that bell notification. That way you guys never miss any content. So without further ado, guys, let's talk about the power plant. So the power plant in general is pretty much, it has the Mandarin rings. It came out from Invincible Iron Man. Every booster, not every booster, but the bricks or the cases you bought actually came with the rings. So he slowly but surely started building it up. It wasn't like the power batteries where you had to play the events so you can win little constructs. No, this one's going to be a little different. So this one itself, let's go ahead and get the card. So this right here, there is the card. So it does cost 10 points. A full complete with all the Mandarin rings is going to cost 30 points. That's right. It is a very low costed resource. It is assigned to everyone. Oh, I'm getting way ahead of myself. But I did use this. This was a team that Jesse Gote had won with. I utilized that on my Mojo team. It is, for me, it's a really powerful resource. I love it. So let's get to the card. So the card pretty much says, on force construction, the power plant costs 10 points. So just the power plant alone, no resources, 10 points. From then, +2 for each ring slot that is activated. And you can have up to 10 distinct rings with the Invincible Iron Man symbol maybe attached to the power plant. So what that means is you can have up to 10, but you can't all have disintegration beams on it. You all have each and every one of them have to be different. So yes, when you get up to that point, you get up to 30 points from there. So it's 20 points for all the entire ring. Like, it pretty much looks like this. The entire thing gets filled up with the ring on the very top there. Each of them have slots for it. Just put them in however way you like to. And yes. So now assign. The power plant is assigned to all characters on your force. So your entire team gets this power plant. Now they can't just sit there and utilize it the entire time where they can just pick a power from it. But this is where the ring selection actually happens. So the ring selection, at the beginning of your turn, you may choose the ring, remove it from the power plant, and place it on a friendly character's card. That character can use that ring's effect as if it were a relic. When that character clears, return any rings on its character card onto the power plant. Now, what's really cool about this is that as long as you're not clearing first turn or your one of your turns, and you keep sidestepping, free actioning, I think that's a word, to place the character and move them around, you don't have to clear. You don't have to move out the rings from your character card. Now, what it's trying to say is, like we talked about before with assigning. Assigning is different than equipping. So assigning in general, you can have a giant colossal like this. This is a colossal. This is Onslaught. So Onslaught, you actually get a power plant here. On the beginning of your turn, you get to remove a ring, and you get to place it, well, pretty much on him, but you can place it on his card. Once you place it on his card, he can use the effects. So if you want to try to use the Disintegration Beam, you definitely can. Let's say he wants to sidestep over. If he did have sidestep, then you can assign him another ring the next beginning of the next turn, and he can use that effects as well. So it can just keep going. And again, same thing with the characters here. With the characters here, you just basically assign them, and they just keep stacking them on until they actually clear of action tokens. Okay, so that's what it means when it says assign. Like the brand new equipment objects, yes, you can actually equip. You can actually use the effects of the equipment onto the Colossals, except for resources like these. So yes, that is awesome. So back when you had Mojo, like my Mojo team, you were running, I think I had like 3 rings on him because he sidesteps the entire time. And the way Mojo is that if you sidestep, I can sidestep. And he just sidesteps around, moves around. And once you actually clear all your rings from that character, go back to the power plant. Now also with that too, it's called Burnering. So in Heroclix, we call it Burnering. Here it says drain a ring's power. So you give a friendly character a free action and remove any one ring from the power plant. If you do, that character can either use Outwit or modify all of its combat values by +1, but only for this turn. Wow. So yes, you basically can get your resource here. You can take something out from here, and you basically let your opposing character know, I'm going to burn this ring or drain the ring's power. So pretty much this goes into the KO. So it's 2 points. You KO this, and you get +1 to your stats, or you can use Outwit. Now, what's really cool about drain a ring's power is that with Mojo, is you can teleport Mojo. Now, there's other things on it for him to teleport, but he teleports all the way over. And now you call in a figure. That figure, let's say, needs at least a +1 on the attack or damage. That way you can actually hit. Well, you burn a ring, and when you burn a ring, you get +1 stats. Now, mind you, if let's say the character is already okay, I can KO your character, and as long as I can outwit you, well, you burn a ring or drain a ring's power, and you can use Outwit. Yes. That is awesome. Now again, once it's KO'd, you cannot get them back. So be very mindful on what you're burning, because you don't want to be able to use that piece and be like, oh shoot, I can't do it anymore. It happens. Now the very last part of this is victory points. So like I talked about, anytime a character with a ring on its character card from the power plant is KO'd, the player scoring victory points. The player scoring victory points for that character scores an additional 2 points for each ring on its card. Yes, that is correct. And the rings are removed from the game. If the entire force is defeated, the player who scores victory points for the last character on the force is also awarded 10 points for the power plant and 2 points for each ring still on it. That's right. So no matter what, it's pretty much like how everything works. Once it's KO'd, you get 30 points. That's pretty amazing. I love it. So yes, it can go to 12 to 30 points. Now, you don't have to use all 10. I've seen times where you're going to use 4, you can use 5. Don't matter, as long as it is distinct rings and there's no really value to it. I mean, for me, it's why would you only use one ring on this? It's kind of weird. I always, if you're gonna use it as full or use 8 of them. I mean, that's just the way I play them. I play a power plant. That way you have a kind of Swiss Army knife, just in case. So now on to the power plant in general. So let me go ahead and take out the card, and now let's talk about the Matter Rearranger. So this one is the Matter Rearranger. So the Matter Rearranger, the ring. So this one right here. Now it's a relic, so you can use these as a regular relic, but your relic roll is going to be 4 through 6. Now it just depends on what you actually use. You have to power action and try to roll for the relic. unless you have split. I'm getting way ahead of myself on it. Sorry, but yes, it is a relic. 4 through 6, you get to actually keep it. So if it's a relic, you get to keep it on your card. So if you're going to use this without the power plant, and you can just put it on your card, it's 4 through 6, and it's yours. Now, the Matter Rearranger says when this character has no action tokens, give it a free action and choose a square of blocking, hindering, water, or clear terrain within range and line of fire. You may replace that square with one of the other 3 types listed. So, if you see blocking terrain, if you see hindering terrain, water terrain, anything else that's blocking your way, and you have no action tokens, you can just within range and line of fire. So, as long as we can see it, as long as it's within your range, and you have the Matter Rearranger on, you can turn it into, let's say, a blocking terrain. You see a printed hindering terrain, and you know that character's coming to get you, and they have to squeeze in between. No worries. Even though it's clear terrain, boom, drop a blocking terrain marker on there, and they can't get to you. Now, once you put a token on and you start moving around, you can't use the Matter Rearranger anymore because you have to have no tokens. So that's actually pretty. It helps. It really does. It helped out on my Mojo team a lot, especially when he ports for free, and then you drop them, and then you Matter Rearrange because you have no action tokens yet. That's pretty cool. Now the other one. All right, so that was a Matter Rearranger there. Pretty self-explanatory. So this is the Mento Intensifier. So let me grab that real quick so I can show you guys that. I should have had all these ready to go. There is the Mento Intensifier. Oh, right there. So this one right here, this character, it's the same relic. This character can use mind control. It can use it as a free action, but may only target a single character that took damage from this character's attack this turn. What? So, if you know that you can actually hit something, and you want to, say at the beginning of the turn, you're like, I want to try to mind control that character once I hit it. Cool. Then you actually take this off in the beginning of your turn. You put it on your character's card, like him. But pretty much he can use mind control. It's different. So they say it with Jakeem. And you put it on his card. Well, now if he strikes someone and he takes damage, he can use mind control as a free action. So that's pretty cool. Because then you can make that character attack that character. Or if they call last round, or last action, or last round, you pretty much can just hit the character, free mind control, that way you get them out of the way. Or, if you have a secondary attacker ready to go, you mind control them and bring them to you. That way they can finish them off. That's one way of using the Mento Intensifier. Oh, and also, a huge shout out to Emilio. Emilio actually utilized this pretty well. Yeah. Emilio is a power plant guy. Yeah, I'm surprised, and I'm sorry, Emilio. I should have mentioned you 100%. Yes, you are the power plant guy. All right, so that's the Mento Intensifier. The other one is the Ice Blast. So the Ice Blast, it kind of looks like the zero ring from the new Mandarin rings. So again, the same kind of concept. This character can use barrier and incapacitate. So it can barrier up with blocking terrain, or it can use incapacitate. So it can actually give a character a token if you just go up and you want to range someone for give them a token, you can definitely do that as well. But when it uses incapacitate and hits, it may use barrier as a free action, but it may only place blocking terrain markers adjacent to that target. Wow. So if you use incapacitate, then you can barrier adjacent to the target. Wow. That is awesome because now they can't actually counter and hit you. So that's pretty cool. I love it. So this one actually, it took a little toll. That's it right there. There's supposed to be another piece there, like like you actually see there. No, sorry. Stuff happens. Yeah, that's a Heroclix life. I mean, if something drops and it breaks, you just totally forget about it during a tournament. Yeah. So anyway, that's the Ice Blast ring. See, then we have the White Light ring. So with the White Light ring, when this character hits a single opposing character with a ranged combat attack, until your next turn, modify the target's attack value by -2 and its damage by -1. Wow! So, again, you can actually, let me go ahead and grab it. You can free action, oh, not free action, begin the turn, it's my dog. Beginning of the turn, you can actually give the White Light ring to your character. From then, with the White Light ring, basically, if you hit a single opposing character with a ranged attack, until your next turn, they get to modify their attack by -2 and their damage by 1. That is awesome. So, let's say he needs 4 to KO your character, and he has an 11 attack, and he's ready to get you. Well, now it's a 9 attack, and it's only like -1 to his damage, so he can't KO you next turn. That's very, very good. I like that. This is one of the coolest things ever. The White Light's really good if you can actually get it to go off. That's actually pretty cool. Do you need a +2? Nope. Not anymore. All right. So the other one now, we have the Black Light. So the Black Light, so that one looks like that. So this is the Black Light here. Wow. So this character can use Smoke Cloud as a free action. Opposing characters that begin their turn in a square with one of these terrain markers placed by this ability modify their speed and range values by -2. This character and adjacent friendly characters can use stealth if they occupy a square with a terrain marker placed by this ability. Wow. So yes, if you have like an entire team, or I say within a little 4 of them, like a little barrier in a sense, and you want to make sure that they have stealth, that way they can't come get you. Well, you can actually use Smoke Cloud as a free action because now they have stealth. So if they're all adjacent to you, and then you place smoke cloud all around you, then they all have stealth. That is awesome. But you can also use Smoke Cloud on them, and then they have -2 speed and range. Yes, that's great, especially for me bringing up my Mojo team again. You bring it up there, and you can Smoke Cloud, and then you run away. That is really cool. So if they began their turn to score one of these terrain markers, yes, they get -2 to their speed and range. Wow, that is awesome. I like it. And again, if you're not gonna need the Black Light, then you can just burn it or drain the ring's power, and then you can just get Outwit or +1 stats, combat values. The other one's gonna be we have the Vortex. So the Vortex Beam looks like this. Like the picture, but it's like this. So the Vortex Beam. So this one is awesome. So this one on my Mojo team, I put it on either a Tribble. Yes, I put on a Tribble. That way that this, so when you put the Vortex Beam on your character, you get telekinesis and flight. Wow. So not only do they fly now, but they can actually TK, telekinesis, TK an object from a square to you. That way you can take the object and put it right next to you, and you can power action and pick it up. So you can have anybody, a 15-point character, 10-point character, put it on them. Beginning of turn, they can now have telekinesis and flight. Now, what's really cool about this is that if you have a person that does not fly, and you don't want them to get an action token by moving, well, you can actually put the Vortex Beam on a smaller character, not a smaller character, but another character. It's 15 points, and then it can carry around the other guy as long as he's within the same height as them. So if it's two center characters and you use the lower point one to carry the big one, that's funny. You can definitely do that, or you can just TK them. Just saying. Um, or if you don't need telekinesis or flight, then you just burn a ring. All right, guys. So, and now we're going to talk about the impact beam. So the impact beam is looks like this one. So this is the impact beam. So the impact beam, this character can use force blast. A target is knocked back equal to twice the D6 roll for force blast. Knockback damage dealt by this character is increased by 1 and is penetrating. Wow, that is awesome. So, okay, I remember, sorry, I remember this trick where I utilized the impact beam. I put it on a Mojo, and Mojo basically went across the map and sat right next to the Danger Room construct Magneto from the X-Men Dark Phoenix saga. Now, what was really cool about this is that I can actually hit, or I can force blast. You can hit them, boop, within range. Now they get pushed back as far as force blast because I have force blast. So I move up Mojo, and I basically hit him. He takes 1, of course, but this is the crazy part: is that now I get to knock back him into a wall, and not only will he get by 1 damage, he gets 2 because it's not by an attack. He gets 3 damage in 1 turn. Yes. So there is a certain way to get around those little Danger Room construct pieces. If you can actually get it to the right way, you can actually knock them out in 2 turns, possibly in 2 turns, maybe not. But 1 turn you can really hurt them, and that's what this case is. So if you need to knock back a character off a wall or anything else, the impact beam is one for you. If not, no worries, no fret, burn it. Burn the ring, or drain the ring's power. It really works. I was like, story time. So yeah, that's the impact beam right there. The other one, Electroblast. So Electroblast, when making a ranged combat attack, this character modifies its damage and range values by +1 and has an additional bolt. Wow. So that's the way it's going to look right there. Oh, right in your face. Cool. Look at that. Oh, I'll go like this. That way you can see it fully. Look at that. Okay. So that's the Electroblast ring. So if you need your damage by +1 and your range by +1, and you want to be able to triple target, double target, this is what it's used for. So this is awesome. So you get to range attack. Now you get, let's say it's 4 damage. Now it's 5 damage, and then instead of a 9 range, you have 10 range, and then you can hit pretty much everybody around you. So just depending on how you want to utilize that. This is, I think, a really solid ring. One of them. One of many. I like it. I rarely, if ever, burn this one because it is a ranged combat attack, and you can utilize this a lot better than most of them. Than some of them. Not most of them. So yes. That is awesome. All right. So with that, we also have the Flameblast. So let me grab that real quick so I can showcase that to you guys. Look at that. That is I'll go like this. There you go. That is Flameblast. So this character, so with this ring, this character can use penetrating psychic blast with a minimum range value of 4. If it only targets a single character, it can use energy explosion. Now there's a weird, maybe should I? You want to be able to use penetrating psychic blast if you have triple bolts and you have like a 4 or 5 damage. I don't know if you're going to be targeting one single character, but let's say you have a ton of colossals around them. So basically here, and then you want to target this guy. Well, you can just target this guy, and now you have energy explosion. So it can use energy explosion as well. So it's penetrating psychic blast, and it can use energy explosion as well. That is awesome. So not only can this character use penetrating psychic blast if it targets that one character, it can use energy explosion as well. So pen damage and then energy explosion. What? I know. Oh man, that is bye bye colossals or the retail leaders. That is pretty cool. I like it. Um, it's okay. It's a hit and miss. I'm sorry. It is a hit and miss because if you want to pen damage someone for like 6 damage and the way they can go away, if you need to take out some Wendigos, this is the way to go. Where you just attack one of them and everyone gets splash damage. That's the way to go. But I don't know. I burned this ring a couple times. It just didn't work for me. But that's just me and my team. This is how my team mechanics work. It all depends on what your team mechanic works. Um, so last, and now I wanted to keep this thing at the very end because this is one of the most awesome rings ever. It is the Disintegration Beam. That is right. The Disintegration Beam. That is awesome. So, Jesse Cote used this. So this oh man, let me read it to you first, and then I'm gonna tell you every cool thing about this Disintegration Beam. So, when this character hits an opposing character with a relic or resource assigned to it, or holding an object, and the attack roll is 10 or more, remove that relic, resource, or object from the game. What? When this character hits an opposing character that is 150 points or less, until your next turn, anytime that the hit character can use Impervious, Invincible, or Invulnerability, it uses Toughness instead. What? Oh man, getting this ring off is awesome. So, wow. Yes. So basically, you put this on. You put this on. Let's say this is a Dark Phoenix. I don't have a Dark Phoenix. I wish I did. So this is Dark Phoenix, or you can actually put it on her as well too. You give her the Disintegration Beam first turn, or the beginning of the turn. Now she gets to range attack. So now that she wants to range attack, say someone's about 10 squares away that they need to, or even Dark Phoenix is one of them. That's the way Jessica Tay used it. You sidestep move, and then you target. So I seen him use this against Diego on one of the live videos. Basically, now you attack the Lobo. Lobo has the Sinestro Battery. So now you use the Disintegration Beam, and you attack Lobo. Now, what the cool thing is, and how they utilize this, is that if you have any dice manipulations where you have Q Prime, where you have Q Super Rare, Trelane, Mr. Mrclixso, or any other dice manipulators. Now, if you get a 10, their resource goes away, all of it. So not only on that, their relics go, their possessions go away, like Parallax, Ion, all that goes away. There's no more. It basically, like it says, disintegrates, gone. That is awesome. That's why there's a huge difference between equip and assign. This is one of them, where you can actually give her the resource. Now, this is what the Bronze Age actually brings. With the Bronze Age, you can bring in the Fantastic Four. You can bring in your X-Men Dark Phoenix. You can bring in the Black Widow and all the modern stuff. And now you have resources to utilize this. This is why I actually made this this episode miniseries. Is that now I get to showcase to you guys different pieces of the Bronze Age to modern. Now, I'm going to showcase different other figures where it's bronze, silver, and modern, and maybe golden age. But as far as this resource goes, this is the premier resource for Bronze Age. So I've seen this utilized a lot in Bronze Age, and it only gets better. I do see a lot of power batteries being used now, but this one is awesome. This one can really do some damage if you don't know what this does. If you don't know what this does, please, 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 you know, if your friends don't know how this resource is utilized, please let them know. Send them my videos. Tell them, hey, just watch this. So this is what it does. Yes. So pretty much, you can have her with one ring. You can put another ring on her the next turn. You can put another ring on her. I mean, sky's the limit. Once she actually takes a turn and then she clears, then all the rings, all the little powers that she gets to pick from them or get from them, goes away, and then she can start over again the next turn. But yes, again, Bronze Age is really cool. Even Silver Age. Let's just throw on Silver Ages now too. Silver Age, you can use this as well. In modern pieces can bring this into the Silver Age format. Then you can bring this into Bronze Age. So, I mean, it's sky's the limit. This one is awesome because it's only 30 points. And with the power battery, there's a lot of point status that go on top of that. So is the Phoenix Force, the lowest one I've seen so far. That looks like something like this is a utility belt. But this one, I think, is a premier resource for bronze, silver, not modern. It's not modern anymore. But yes, I definitely recommend this. If you guys want to definitely try a resource out, I'll definitely recommend this one. It's a very user friendly. There's not a lot of verbiage in there. Pretty much tells you in the very top, force construction, assign, ring selection. So make sure you guys don't forget your beginning of the turns. How to burn a ring or drain a ring's power, and then victory points. So victory points, just make sure you don't forget that. If there's a ring on there, they get 2 points for every single ring that's on that character when you KO it. So you can't put it right back. So it's not like the battery. Don't put it back. It goes right into the KO. Same thing with burning the ring. It goes into the KO. So don't forget that, guys. But yes, that is awesome. And I am, without a doubt, ecstatic for this. I am really, really excited. I really am. I want to thank you guys for giving me this time to watch this, how-to video in a sense. It's kind of like a how-to video, or how to utilize this resource. So thank you so much. I'm gonna have some more miniseries out for you guys, and I 100% appreciate all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. We are just moving ahead, and I got so many supporters for this channel, and I thank you guys so much. And if you guys please don't forget, if you guys like my my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Hit that bell notification now, where you guys never miss any content. If you guys like this high energy, yes, there'll be more and more coming. But yes, this is the Heroclix Center Stage Episode 1. So on the very bottom right there is my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. So definitely add me if you guys find it on Facebook group. It's one of my premier groups that I have organized. My Twitter's on there as well. So is my Instagram. So if you guys want to send me out any pictures of your builds, or you guys have any questions, you guys can always write to me. You guys can always go on my my Facebook and definitely chat on there as well. I mean, mind you, you can write a question on there. Everyone in the community will actually jump on and help you out if you guys want to ask any questions. Please don't be afraid to ask. We're all here for us. We're all here as a community. So thank you guys so much for your time. And if you're playing this piece and you start, oh my gosh, I got to roll. Always remember, if you're gonna roll, you always roll a critical hit. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good day.